Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to start our session with a new lesson, light, shadow, and reflection. Okay, so I hope we can get into the lesson. So, what are the topics to be covered in this lesson are given below. First one is introduction, that is about the topic of the lesson, and second one, luminous and illuminated objects, transparent, translucent, and opaque objects, light travel along straight path, shadow formation, mirrors, reflection of light, and pinhole camera. So these are the important topics we are going to see in this lesson, light, shadow, and reflection. Okay. So let's start with introduction. So while reading the topic itself, we hear these words very well, and we are very well know about these things, isn't it? Light, shadow, and reflection. Reflection is somewhat new to you, but light and shadow, it's a very common name, and in our day-to-day life, without light, we can't do our work, especially, isn't it? Okay. So, what enables us to see things around us? It's nothing but light. See, when we talk about light, we should know what is light first of all, and what is the thing that strike in our mind when we think about it is light. Why do you need light? Isn't it? We know light, but the question is, why do we need light? You need light to see things around us, isn't it? We all need light. Why? Because to view the objects, to view things, all things which are present, which presents around us. During daytime, you are able to see objects, everything around you very clearly, isn't it? Yes. At night, do you able to see things all around us? Do you? Yes, we can see when you switch on the light inside your home. But when imagine when there is a power cut, you are not able to see things around us. But at the moment when the light is turned on, you can able to see the things, that is chairs, tables, clocks, whatever the thing, television in your home you can see very easily. So, to view the object, light is necessary, isn't it? So, light is something that enables us to see things around us. Have you all clear? Okay. So, does that it mean that light is the only thing that is needed in order to see things? We know that light is the object, light is the thing which you need to view object. Now only I told. Do you think whether it is the only thing is the thing that is needed in order to see all things? Light is one of the important things. Not light is the only thing. It is one of the important things that is required to see the objects around us. Have you all clear? See, when we talk about what are those things which we see is not only about the beauty. It is all about the seeing the other organisms around us. So, light plays a critical role in our life. Have you all clear? See, here two pictures are given. One, both are rooms only. In one room, the lights are there, so we can view the objects very clearly. We can see sofa, teapot, image, photos, television, lamps, windows, screens, colors, everything. But in the next picture, the near one, it's full of dark because there is no light. So without light, we cannot see the object. So light is the important thing which enables us to see, and it plays a critical role in our day-to-day life. Okay. So now what we are going to see is different types of light. We know light is very important. So, okay. And what are the different types of light only we are going to see? the first ultimate source we know is what? Sunlight, isn't it? Because it's the ultimate source of energy for all the living organism that is exist in the earth. Other than that, here some of the lights are given, because in our day-to-day life you people might have also very well clear about this. We know that torch light is there, tube light is there, bulb is there, and then focus light is there. Then what we can say, torch light is there, and signal light is there, and even laser light is also there, isn't it? So there are so many different types of light is given. So in this picture also, light from bulb, torch, light from the traffic signals that we have see, and from candles, isn't it? Candles and laser is that is quite different, because from the laser a single beam of straight light will coming out. So all of them are light. In this picture all of them are light, but different types of light. They are not similar, but they are all different type. Even though they are all different types of light, they are all lights only. So the different types of lights comes from different sources of light, and they are different from one another. All are light, but they are somewhat different. Why? Because their source is different, but all of them are light, which helps us to viewing the things around us. From torchlight also you can view things, from candle light also you can view things, from focus light also you can view things, isn't it? Or we are going to view the things, but in a different ways. Okay. Okay. However, I told light is not light is not the only thing whose the presence of which we can see, which helps us to see the objects. So there is a package which altogether helps us in Vishwa. Okay. If light is available, whether we can see? No. Three things is very important. The first one is light, second one eyes, third one brain. These three things all together, that is fused, joined together, which helps to view the object. Okay, the first thing light we have seen very well. That is because from the help of light only we can view the object, and light is very important. Okay. Second thing, eyes. What do you know about the eyes? Eyes are one of the external organs which is required for which is present in our body, which technically helps us in seeing objects. From our lower class itself, we are studying this, isn't it? Eyes is an organ which helps us to see objects. It's one of the sense organ. We know about that. But the important thing is, so inside our eye, that is the internal parts of the eye, we have the entire internal structure designed in such a way that helps us to form images of whatever we see around us. If you are watching a flower, the image is sent into the internal part of the eye. Okay, if your internal part of the eye is in good condition, only you can able to view the image. Do you think? See, some are blind, some are impaired visions also, isn't it? They are also having eyes, but they can't able to view the objects. Why? Because the internal structure is somewhat damaged. I hope you understand. Have you all? I hope you understand. I repeat, eyes are very important to view the object, but it should be in good condition, because even blind people, they are also having eyes, but they cannot find out the objects with the help of their eyes. So if light is present with our eyes or functioning well, we should able to see the objects. Okay, light and eyes, okay. How we are, but brain is also given. What is the user? What is the role of the brain in this way? That is the next question that will strike in your mind, isn't it? Okay. Brain, it helps us to interpret what we are seeing. That is, we are going to interpret meaning correlate. Just it's going to check, compare what we are going to see. See, for example, if you are seeing a flower, if your brain is going to differentiate whether it is a flower or a leaf. If you are finding one object, your brain is going to give information, it is like this, so it comes under this category. Have you all understand? For example, I repeat, if I'm looking at a tree, how do I know that the object I'm looking around is a tree? Who helps to identify this as a tree? So that identification, so that interpretation is done by the brain. So eyes is only helps us to see the particular object, but we don't know what the object is. The eyes, what they are doing, they are seeing all the objects, but our brain only interpreting that it is a tree, it is a flower, it is a table, it is a fan, like that. So light, eyes and brain, all the three, the presence of light, functioning of the eyes and brain, all fused together, which helps us to see the object, that is, which helps us in our vision. So that is why a lot of people who are visually impaired, they cannot see because some part of the eyes are not functioning. I hope this gives us a fair idea about the light. I hope. Still we didn't get into the lesson, just it's an introduction part. Okay? So the next thing what we are going to see is types of light. I told there are different types of light, that is bulb, torch, candles, lasers, everything, isn't it? So generally all the objects can produce light. The objects which can produce light, no, based on that only. Not all the objects which are producing light, objects which are not producing light, like that they are classified into two types. They are called as luminous and illuminated objects. Based on the production of light, we are classifying objects into two types. I repeat, based on the production of light, objects are classified into two types: luminous objects and illuminated objects. So what do you mean by luminous objects? Luminous objects produce their own light. The objects which has the ability to produce light, now they are luminous objects. Definitely you can, all the luminous objects can able to see. Okay, what do you mean by illuminated objects? The objects which do not produce their light, they are called illuminated objects. The objects which do not, they are not having the ability to produce the light, no, they are illuminated objects. Even though they cannot able to produce, but they can reflect the light. That is, they are having the capable of reflecting light to our eyes coming from the luminous objects. The best example is sun and moon, because sun, we very well know that sun can able to produce light, and it is the ultimate source which is going to give the light to all the organisms that exist in the earth, isn't it? So sun is a luminous object, and while talking about moon is not producing their own light. Moon is an illuminated object. How? Because what is the thing of illuminated object? They should not produce their own light. Moon is not producing their own light, but it can reflect the light. Reflect means what? Bounce back. For example, I am throwing a ball. When it bounces back to me, that is reflection. Here, it is the reflection of light. Moon is not producing the light, but it can reflect the light of the sun. So reflecting light usually from some other luminous object. So moon, what it will do? It won't produce their light, but it will receive the light from the sun and it reflect back to the earth. Hence it is an illuminated object. Have you all clear? I repeat, luminous objects means they can produce their own light. So definitely they can see the object with the help of the illuminated thing. But what do you mean by illuminated object? They cannot produce. They cannot produce their own light, but they have the capable of reflecting light. Reflecting meaning bounce back, reflecting light to our eyes from the luminous objects. Okay. The next thing, light falls on so many objects, isn't it or not? For example, a sun is there during sunrise. The sun rays will fall on all the objects of the earth, isn't it? Like trees, our home, rivers, our bicycles, everything, isn't it? The sun rays will fall on all the objects. With the help of that, we can what are the result of that one? If the light falls on the object, image will be formed, isn't it? For example, you are sleeping, okay, during the sunrise you are waking, you are waking up and you are coming out, and you can see that during night you can't see the image clearly, isn't it? Once the sun rise, the image will start to you can able to find the image which are present outside of the house, isn't it or not? So image will be formed, and then shadow will be created. During daytime, if you are walking out, you can able to find your shadow, isn't it? Isn't it or not? And then third thing, with the help when the light falls, you can able to see through it. For example, if it is a glass window, you can able to see outside the things which are present outside also, isn't it or not? So light falls on so many objects. If light falls on so many objects, you can, what are the things you can observe? The image will formed, shadow will be formed, and you can see through it very clearly. Okay, so these are the things which are given in the form of picture. There is images forming, shadow, and you can see through the window. The next question, does the object allow the light to pass? Okay, sun, all the what I told, the light will falls on all the objects. Okay, now whether the objects allow that light, that is the next question. Does the object allow the light to pass through? I told light falls on all the objects. For example, sun is giving the sunlight to all the objects. Tree is an object, human being is also an object, think like that. House is an object, everything what you are present in the earth is an object. Okay, whether all the objects allowing the light to pass into it, that is the question. Based on that, we can divide into three groups, that is transparent, translucent, and opaque. Objects allowing, some objects are allowing the light 100%. Some objects partially allowing the light, and some objects not at all allowing the lights. So based on this, we are classifying this into three categories: transparent, translucent, and opaque. So I hope you already studied these terms in that previous lesson, sorting out of materials, I hope so. So once again, just recall transparent objects. What do you mean by transparent objects? Objects which allow light to pass through them are transparent objects. Sunlight is falling on the object. If that object allow the light to pass 100% through that through them, through the object, then it is transparent. For example, glass window, glass, juice glass, and a magnifying glass. So these are the some objects which can pass the light. So they are transparent objects. Next thing, translucent objects. What do you mean by translucent objects? Which partially allow light to pass through them. Partially means what? Half, not 100%. Some amount of light only be passed, not all the light. Okay, imagine one object is there and we are passing the light. So not all the light what we are passing is good we are sending, no, that is not going to pass through the object. Only some amount of light is going to pass by that object. That object is called translucent. For example, butter paper or wax paper, sunglasses. If you're wearing sunglasses, you cannot able to see objects clearly, but somewhat you can see, but not the 100%, isn't it? So it is these are the examples for translucent object. The third one is opaque objects, that is objects which do not allow light to pass through them. That is, either they will be reflected or absorbed by the objects. The light what we are passing, no, that light either it is reflected by the object or it is totally absorbed by the object, but it won't pass the light. For example, stones, book, whatever it is, you can see the cakes here. So many examples are given. These are all opaque objects. So light falls on all the objects, but depending upon the object, sometimes lights are totally passing through, that is 100% it is allowing to pass through, but in some objects only partial allowing is taking place, but in some objects no allow, that is they do not allow light to pass through. So based on that, they are classified as transparent, translucent and opaque objects. So today's is just an introduction class. So we have seen what is light, how the what are the different types of light, and what is the total package of light, total package to view the object, and what is luminous and illuminated objects, how whether light is falling on all the objects or not, how the object is going to allow or going to pass the light, transparent, translucent and opaque. So these are the things we have discussed today. Go through the video again, then you will get a somewhat clear introduction about the light. Okay, I'll continue in the next class. Thank you.